Wallace.
Chair, Mr Borrell, I think you'll agree with me that there are a number of major issues that are central to peace and security in Europe. On the 4th of February, you said that in line with international law and relevant UN Security Council resolutions, the EU does not recognise Israel's sovereignty over the territories occupied since 1967. Steps towards annexation, if implemented, could not pass unchallenged. Do you stand by that statement? And what measures will the EU take to hold Israel accountable if it should proceed with further annexations of occupied territory? And would it include the suspension of the association agreement whose validity is predicated on Israel's respect for human rights and international law? Another question, why has the EU restricted exports and imports from the Crimea, which it says is illegally annexed territory, while it continues to allow Israel to export goods from illegally annexed and occupied Palestinian and Syrian territories? Now, Mr Borrell, we have a serious problem, and it reflects very much on Europe. The Palestine-Israeli situation is crucial to peace, not just in that region, but in Europe as well. And wouldn't it be great if we actually had a democratic state for Jews and Palestinians between the River Jordan and the Mediterranean? Right now, the two-state solution is dead. The one-state one is an apartheid state. Zionism is a colonialist project. And Minister Borrell, do you have what it takes to actually make progress in this area? Because peace would mean so much. Right now, there's no democracy there because 6 million Palestinians are being brutally treated by the Israelis. Thank you.
Many questions were asked about Israel and the problem of the two-state solution and the annexation. This issue has been dealt with at the Foreign Affairs Council. The last one, we approved a statement which unhappily was not able to be approved by unanimity because 2 member states didn't join the majority of the other 25, in which we were clearly stating that the annexation, total or partial annexation of the Jordan Valley would represent a break of the international law. I think this is a principle that 25 member states strongly share. In March, this principle was shared by 27. Now 2 member states didn't join this last statement, but I think it's a strong majority of member states supporting the fact that any annexation would be a breach of the international law. And for sure, if this happens, and we are going to engage all our diplomatic capacities in order to prevent that this happens, we will have to study carefully which could be the answer, both at the intergovernmental level and at the Commission level. But by the time being, I think it's good not to anticipate events, just to state clearly what we have already stated, although not by unanimity, on the last Council.